Thanks to sport, we show that we have lots to offer, that we are high performers and that we can realise great things because of our disability.
Strength.
Speed.
Drive.
Top performances.
Passion.
Hard work.
Sport is a lifestyle.
Elite.
Emotion.
Life. Humanity.
Courage. Going beyond.
Nothing's impossible.
Welcome to Paris, the host city for the 2024 Paralympic Games. 11 sports were underway on the first day of competition. In these highlights, the defending champions met the world champions in wheelchair rugby. We'll find out why Turkey had good reason to celebrate in their opening goalball contest. And football manager Jurgen Klopp is in Paris to support one particular Paralympian.
Wheelchair basketball got underway at the Paris Paralympics with the bronze medalists from Tokyo 2020, Great Britain, up against Germany in Group A. The honour of representing their countries on the biggest stage evident during the national anthems at the Bercy Arena. The first points of the tournament went to the Germans, Nico Dreimüller finding Thomas Boma for the basket. But Great Britain quickly took control. Greg Warburton scoring 10 points in the first quarter, helping his side to an 18-8 lead. Germany rallied in the second quarter. Matthias Guntner scored the field goal and drew the foul. He made the free throw for a three-point play. Great Britain's lead at half-time reduced to 7. Hopes of a comeback were further boosted after the break when Boma scored the first three-pointer of the game, Germany trailing by 4. But Warburton once again took charge, his 20th point of the game for a lead of 8 going into the last quarter. Team GB developed such a comfortable cushion to even allow a little showboating. James Pratt unsuccessful on this occasion, but scoring the subsequent free throws. So the British opened with a victory by 76 to 55. Warburton, the star performer, with 24 points.
I don't know if it all came together just yet. We don't want to peak too early. It was definitely a good start for sure. We did a lot of the fundamentals and basics that we want to do that we know if we take care of, come the end of the tournament, we'll be in a good place. It's a super honour. I wish I could say it was getting a bit more normal, but when you come and play in an atmosphere like this and a crowd pretty much packed out, first game at 10 in the morning, it's just an honour.
First of all, it was a very nice game to play in this arena, in this big arena. It was a very hard game against GB. They are a really good team. We were doing like a really good job for some minutes, and we have to keep doing that, where we're playing really good and really hard in defense.
The women's wheelchair basketball at Paris 2024 began with a Group A clash between Spain and Great Britain. A repeat of the 7th-8th place playoff from the previous Paralympic Games. Players and supporters from both sides hoping for a more productive tournament in Paris. Team GB, the European silver medalists, went into the game as favourites and showed their superiority early on. Jade Adkin scoring and drawing the foul. Spain needed to respond, and Sonia Ruiz provided some respite. The same player involved in a clash of chairs later in the game, demonstrating the physicality of the sport. Her efforts, though, in vain, as GB led 20-9 after the first quarter. Adkins scored half of GB's early points and maintained her form after the break, adding another 9 in the second quarter. The forward finishing off a nice team move here. Great Britain 20 points clear by half-time. With such a deficit, the Spanish had to start the third quarter strongly and did so. Isabel Lopez with her first points of the game. But Team GB continued to dominate. Joy Hazelden gliding through for a solo basket. Amy Conroy was introduced to great effect, scoring with each of her first 3 shots. Her family in the stands to celebrate the basket. Team GB began the final quarter with a lead of 27 and further extended their advantage through Robin Love, who would finish with 16 points. The British going on to complete a comfortable victory at the Bercy Arena, 69 points to 34.
It feels amazing, it feels such a good vibe. Honestly, I'm so happy right now. It was such a good game to have started with. Just our all-togetherness, I think. I think we just all back each other 100%, and the vibes on the bench was amazing. Like, all I could hear was people cheering on. It was just such a good thing to have someone backing me.
The South Paris Arena saw para-table tennis doubles events return to the Paralympics for the first time since 1976. First up in the women's event were the number 1 seeds, Ade Husik-Dahlen and Merete Tveiten of Norway. They faced the Egyptian pairing of Hagar Al-Sayed and Hannah Hamad of Egypt. This event is a straight knockout, so whoever won in the best of 5 games would progress to the semi-finals. The Norwegians started strongly, taking the first game 11-8. They continued to pile pressure on the Egyptians to take the match in 3 straight games. They would progress to the bronze medal match. Laurent Devos of Belgium had won gold in the singles at both Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020. Playing in black, he was paired with Marc Ledoux, with the hope of adding a doubles title to his name here in Paris. They faced the Ukrainian pairing of Viktor Duduk and Maxim Nikolenko, with a place in the semi-finals at stake. The Belgians got off to a good start, taking the first game comfortably 11-5. But the Ukrainians dug deep in the second. A nail-biting rally at game point brought them level at 1 game all. But the Belgians were more consistent overall and took the match by 3 games to 1. The mixed doubles competition also made its much-anticipated debut, adding a fresh dynamic to the tournament. Great Britain and Nigeria making history as the first teams ever to play mixed para-table tennis doubles at a Paralympic Games. Also making history, Bly Toomey, at 14 years old, the youngest player competing in the tournament. Great Britain were the first to reach match point, 10-5 up in the 4th game. But a long return from Joshua Stacey gave Nigeria the point. Toomey would serve for the match. An error on the return by Nigeria sealed their victory. Great Britain progressed to the round of 16.
Boccia is one of the Paralympic sports that does not have an Olympic counterpart. Originally developed for people with coordination impairments, Boccia now includes athletes with various eligible impairments. 2 sides compete against each other as individuals, pairs or teams of 3. One side gets 6 red balls, the other gets 6 blue balls. A coin flip determines which side plays the white ball or jack on the court and the first ball. To win, players must get the most balls closest to the jack. The team furthest from the jack keeps throwing until they get their ball closest or run out of balls. Boccia requires pinpoint accuracy and strategy. Players can knock any ball to gain the advantage. They compete in wheelchairs within 4 classes, depending on the impact their impairments have on their ability to perform. BC1 athletes have an assistant to manoeuvre the wheelchair and play the ball with their hands or feet. BC2 can throw without assistance. In BC3, competitors have significant impairments in their limbs and trunk. They can use a ramp, a pointer, and get support from their ramp operator, who also receives a medal when they win. In BC4, players have impairments affecting all limbs and trunk, but don't have a coordination impairment. No matter a player's abilities or techniques, it only takes one ball to make the difference. Eight days of boccia action got underway at the South Paris Arena with individual matches for men and women. The first session gave spectators the chance to see Paralympic champion David Smith of Great Britain in action. He took on Brazil's Jose Oliveira in Pool A of the BC1 category. Smith, using the blue balls, was quick to find his best form. He aimed to get closest to the white ball or jack, so that shot was the ideal start, and he went on to take a 1-point advantage after the first of 4 ends. He added 2 more points in the next, but Oliveira responded in end 3. His final throw missed the target, but he'd done enough to get back in the game. After careful measurement, 2 points went to Oliveira, and with just 1 end remaining, it was 3-2 to Smith. But he was the player with greater Paralympic experience. He'd won this category at both Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020 and controlled the final end. Oliveira had thrown all his balls, so that shot was enough to claim overall victory for Smith, but he added 1 more point with a successful final throw. A good start to the defence of his title from David Smith of Great Britain, thanks to a 5-2 victory over Brazil's Jose Oliveira. Boccia players compete in wheelchairs in 4 different classes, depending on the impact their impairment has on their ability to perform. And next came a match in the BC2 category. It featured another player who was looking to retain his Paralympic title, Japan's Sugemura Hidetaka. His first opponent, Lan Jijian of the People's Republic of China. Sugemura took points in each of the first 2 ends, but Lan found his accuracy in the third. That shot seemed to give the Chinese player the edge, but as the end developed, Sugemura regained control, and he eventually added 2 more points to his overall lead, which was now 4-0. There was no way back for Lan, who opted for power with his final throw of the last end. 1 more point to the defending BC2 champion, and he'd beaten Lan comfortably. The final score, 5-0. In the women's BC4 category, world number 2 Alison Levine of Canada played Hannah Elfar of Egypt in Pool B. And a great start to the match for Elfar, who was making her Paralympic debut. She picked up 2 points in the first end, but the advantage didn't last long. This throw gave Levine 3 points in the next. Now she had a slender lead to cling to. She extended it to 4-2 in the next end, but the contest was heading for a tense finish. With the final ball of the match, Elfar needed 2 points to level things up. A good shot from Elfar, but 1 point wasn't enough. And Alison Levine of Canada had won the match 4-3. One of the last matches in the first session featured 2 players representing Great Britain. William Arnott and Patrick Wilson are both hoping for a successful run in the BC3 classification. In this category, players can use a ramp, a pointer, and get support from a ramp operator. Wilson was releasing the red balls, and he took a narrow lead after the first end thanks to this shot. 1-0, but at the midway point of the match the scores were level. Arnott with the accuracy this time. Nothing to separate the 2 players, but the crucial moment of the match was this shot in end 3 from Wilson. It would earn him 4 points and a 5-1 lead with just 1 end left. Arnott needed something special with his last ball. The shot confirmed that he picked up 2 points from the final end, but it wasn't enough. His face told the story. Patrick Wilson had won the battle of friends and teammates by 5 points to 3.
One of the highlights of the opening day of the Para-Badminton was a mixed doubles meeting in SL3 SU5 category, as the Indonesian pairing of Liani Oktila and Hikmat Ramdhani took on Lucas Mazur and Faustine Noel of France. Oktila and Ramdhani are a new partnership. Oktila was the gold medalist with a different partner in Tokyo 2020, having beaten this French pair. And the Indonesians combined well here, winning the first 7 points.
7 love.
French improved, but a fantastic rally here went the way of the Indonesians to take the opening game in just 11 minutes.
Game.
It was closer in the second game. This point by the French taking the score to 10-8. But the Indonesians showed why they're one of the favourites for the gold medal, winning an incredible 11 of the next 15 points. A straightforward win for the top seeds.
Quinta, Ikhtiar, Indonesia. Siakura. Quinta, Ikhtiar, serve, love all. Play. Service over. 1 love. Two love. Service over. 1-4. Service over. 5-1.
That's 6-2 so far in the opening game.
Service over. 3-6.
But Sayakuro Ikhtiar, the strong favourite for this one, 6-love, she leads. In their track record to date, that head-to-head. And actually, Manasi Yoshi has never taken a single game, let alone a match, off the Indonesian. And a wonderful start, a surprising start for Manasi so far. Never taking An international title yet in her career, Manase Yoshi. Finalist at the Four Nations.
Hold. 10, 14.
Well, again, that terrific dive from Yoshi, unable to pick up the drop shot from Sayakuro. And actually, I think the shuttle touched the floor. The Indonesian on the comeback here. Ugh, she's just gone wide. Sayakuro looking reasonably calm under this kind of pressure so far from the Indian. And a confident leave from Yoshi.
16, 11.
One of the more difficult sport classes to call
19, 11.
this week here in Paris, with Sayakuro, the world #1, who was beaten in the World Championship final by Zhao Shuxian,
12, 19.
a Chinese player who sits at 4th in the rankings, and with one of the fewest number of tournaments to build a ranking. Mariam Bolaji from Nigeria, a lot of people's strong favourite here to take this Paralympic title. So it really is wide open in SL3 women's singles.
13, 20.
On serve Sayakuro, but game point for Manase Yoshi. Well, 6 more opportunities to achieve something she's never done, and that is taking a single game off the Indonesian in their 6 previous meetings.
15, 20.
More obvious than some in para-badminton. Just 1 more point needed for Yoshi. And there it is. She's taken the opening game. That really is a confidence builder in a tough group in this SL3 women's singles. (21-16) in the end. Readying her mental state, more importantly perhaps, as this really is a terrific performance so far from the Indian. 3 athletes in this women's singles Group A. The third being a former world champion from Tokyo in 22, Oksana Kozhina, the Ukrainian. And so, despite being the opening match in the group, a must-win, really, for both of these players.
Service over. 1, 2. Service over. 7, 5.
Well, an example here of Yoshi having to push off that prosthetic to get close to the net. And as you can see, finding that particular movement pattern difficult.
8-5.
One of the beauties of this sport in para-badminton, showcasing so many different impairments. As Manassi able to put the shuttle away. I don't think I've ever seen Manassi Yoshi so confident.
9-6.
And after the serve, they are in for the rest of the rally. Well, one of the longer rallies we've seen so far.
13-8.
Who has a degree in electronic engineering from the KJ Somaiya College of Engineering in Mumbai. And was named Best Female Sportsperson with Disability at the 2019 National Awards for the Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities in India.
16-10.
She's been around the sport for so long and has done a tremendous amount for para-badminton. As we take a look at the coaching staff of Sayakuro, looking pretty relaxed. 6-point lead for the Indonesian in game 2. That's a good rally. And there's that fist pump again.
11-16.
I don't think Yoshi was aware of the call.
Seconds over. 12-18.
Well, short and sharp, some of these rallies.
Service over. 19-13.
And with that,
20 game point.
drive into Yoshi's forehand, who was unable to keep the shuttle alive. 7 game points for the World Championship silver medalist. First time of asking an 8-point margin of victory in game 2, leveling the match. And Sayakuro forcing a decider. 1 game all. Well, the umpire hurrying Manassi Yoshi back onto court.
Love all. Play.
There is a degree of discretion with athletes in para-badminton where things like wheelchairs and prosthetic legs are concerned. Can take a little bit more time during the intervals if things need attention or adjustments need to be made.
2 love.
That's a good shot. Good recovery from the Indonesian. Yoshi staying composed. Great drop shot.
Service over. 1, 2.
Zhao from China in Group C, also with a good chance. But this Group A, arguably, where the attention is in the early stages of this event. Oh, good shot. And these rallies hotting up. Oh, it's brilliant. That's the best we've seen so far in this match. Terrific block to the net to get the lift. And full out attack from Saikuro.
Play. No. Seven, 4. Service over. 5, 7.
Well, there's been a call here. An interval being allowed. I think it was Manasseh Yoshi that's raised a hand to the umpire. No medical attention required, just a drinks break. 35 minutes so far, the match duration. I think it came off the frame. A little bit of luck from Yoshi. Not enough, though.
Service over. 8, 5.
To prevent Ikhtiar from taking the point. 3 points is the lead so far in this deciding game.
Service over. 6, 8.
Manasseh, a touch fortunate.
Seven, 8.
2 in a row into the net from Saikuro.
Eight, all.
13 years between these two athletes. Ikhtiar Saikuro still just 22 years old.
Service over. 9, 8.
No answer from Yoshi.
10, 8.
The punch clear. Too much to handle.
Service over. 9, 10.
Well, the lift, awkward, flat and pacey. Well played by the Indian. Just forcing Saikuro to take that shot on the back foot. That's a good shot again, Yoshi. I tell you what,
11, 10, interval.
This might be the best I've ever seen from Manasi Yoshi. Confident, calm, and the selection of shots is right up there. A 1-point lead at the mid-game break. So a deciding game here in this women's singles SL3. The change of ends for the final time. And a terrific performance so far. Oh,
Service over.
she's just put that her own side of the net. But a great performance from Manasi Yoshi, who before this match started would have been deemed the strong underdog. A little bit of luck for the Indian.
Service over. 13, 11.
Most of the movement is forwards and backwards. It seems that particular style of prosthetic has been favoured by most. What a superb shot from Saikuro.
Service over. 14.
Such a reverse slice on this drop shot coming up just now. All the pace off the shuttle, no chance from Manasi. And she knows it, look at that face. Still very much in this match. 43 minutes of action so far. And the next 5 minutes or so might just determine how well either of these players' weeks is about to pan out, because they've both got a good chance of getting through the group. Group winners arguably get the better draw going into the next round, the knockouts, avoiding other group winners. Oh, it's Ikhtiar's time
16 all.
for a bit of that luck.
17-16.
A clever rally from the Indonesian, that punch clear. Forcing Manassi deep into that forehand corner. Couldn't recover in time. Oh, it's well in.
19-16.
Favourites on paper before the match.
Service over.
And she'll be strong favourite very shortly if she can convert one of these 3 remaining match points to win this group and get through to the knockouts.
18-20.
Manashi do something to prevent that from happening. I think it's gone long. Ikhtiar Saikuro with the fight back. Opening match on day 1. Her Paralympic Games starts with a very nervous affair here in this SL3 women's singles, but she's found a way through in 47 minutes. 2-1 on games, dropping a game for the very first time to Manassi Yoshi. And for now at least, taking top spot in Group A. Well, that was the winning moment. And the big smile on the face of Konita Ikhtiar Saikuro, coming through in 3. 16-21, 21-13, 21-18 over India's Manassi Yoshi. Well, there are a few stats from the match. The longest rally, 37 shots. Otherwise, reasonably even, as you'd expect, given the scoreline. And there she is, ready and waiting. Oksana Kozhina from Ukraine, the 2022 world champion, ready to take on both of these two in the group. Well, a few of the highlights of what we've just witnessed. Here is the final moment.
Game.
Yoshi just long. And a scrappy performance from Saikuro today.
Représentant l'Inde, So here is Manisha Ramadas from India, still a teenager, and has high hopes potentially of taking away gold in a few days' time. Really gives the French crowd. They are phenomenal in their support of the home players here. You might have heard the PA announcer say this was an SL3, it's an SU5 actually.
Representing Austria, Henriette Kusch.
Face à elle, représentant la République de Corée, Kwon Hyuna.
And representing Republic of Korea, Kwon Kwon.
So let's give you some information about these two. Two teenagers actually. Maud Lafort is the younger of the two. She's 18, ranked 5 in the world, bronze medalist at the World Championships earlier this year. There is Manisha Ramadas, who's ranked 2, female player of the year a couple of years ago. The 19-year-old left-hander, the same year that she took down the World Championship. It's 5-4. On the head-to-head. Trish Gubb of New Zealand is in the umpire's chair for this one. And there is Fadel Sayed of Mauritius. He'll be our service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Maud Lafort, France. And on my left, Manisha Ramadas, India. Manisha Ramadas to serve. Love all, play.
So Ramadas gets us underway in this SU5 women's singles. And an early misjudgment from the number 2 seed.
Love.
Two in a row. Might well be an overcorrection. That's what usually happens. She'll play one Ramadas that was they'll be going way out next. What usually happens. But she's on the ball.
Over. 1, 2.
Yeah, superb play from the Indian.
2-all.
Had Lafort marooned at the net and could have gone either side. Great miscue from Ramadas, which you do not see very often. Just hasn't got her range yet at all, Ramadas.
Service over. 9-3. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Play.
So can Lafort keep this going? Looks like it, doesn't it?
12.
Such a positive beginning for the 18-year-old. Nice pick-up too.
Service over. 7-15.
Winner to finish it.
Very quickly. Thank you.
It's going to drift out. And here are 12 game points for Maud Lefort.
Game point 8.
And he needed 21-8. How comprehensive was that against the world number 2? Fantastic. She leads. One game to love.
Second game. Love all. Play.
Amazingly, the world number 2, Ramadas, hasn't won more than 2 successive points so far in this match. Before trying to just carry on the good work. That was a little bit of a hesitant one, however.
1, love.
Missed it. He was so far second best in that opening game. Might just have shaken her out of a sense of lethargy. Astonishing scoreline, 21-8. Fully expected a comeback, fully expect this to go to 3, but we'll see. Judgment.
6-2. Very quickly.
Well, almost as one-sided a scoreline so far in the second game in Ramadas's favour than it was for Lefort in the first game. And that's another error. 11-3. And looking more and more likely. There's a decider looming. Arrow straight down the line, beautiful shot. has gone down or Ramadas's has gone up. It's a bit of both. And here are 14 game points to level for the India. (21-6) in what seemed to be the blink of an eye. It's one game all in this SU5 women's singles.
21-6, one game all.
So here we go with the decider. It's been a pretty quick match, just 28 minutes to here, as Ramadas starts with an absolute beauty. And another. If she plays anywhere near the level we saw in the second game, you start to fear for Maud Lafort.
Thank you. Six all. No, return. Thank you.
Ramadas in front.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chair. Players on court. Maud.
Stunning. But is it too little too late?
Service over. 17-11.
the tape. Crawled over.
Manisha, check the court, please. Hang on.
Service 3 match points for the world number 2.
Match point 17.
Across the line, 2 chances remain. It's in. So she saved 2, and she saved the 3rd.
19, 20.
Drama here. Well worth a fist pump there. It's a bit short. Good pick up before. And she just about held her nerve. Ramadas takes it.
Anisha.
A really nervy decider. Great entertainment. It lasted 50 minutes.
Opponents first
And
every
there was
game.
hardly a dull moment in the match. Made really hard work of it, the world number 2, but she did get over the line, and she's top of the group.
Match won by Manisha Ramadas. 8-21, 21-6, 21-19.
So Ramadas through 8-21, 21-6, 21-19. 50 minutes, the match time.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Rogério Junior Xavier de Oliveira, Brazil. And on my left, Tarun, India. Tarun to serve, love play. One love.
Well, an excited-looking Oliveira on the far side. That's a nice shot.
2 love.
Para-badminton fans might remember that injury during the 2019 World Championships. And Tarun did his ACL.
3 love.
Put him out of the game for some months. Brazil's coach on screen works closely with Oliveira and also Vitor Tavares in the SH6 category. Defence off the body from Tarun. Spends quite a lot of time on the doubles court. Where he'll practice those kind of skills a bit more often.
Service over, 4-9. Service over. 10-4. Service over. 5-10.
10-5 here, and I've just noticed those three Indian players I mentioned, all in action right now on courts.
Fell quick. Okay, back on court.
Pretty warm out here in Paris at the moment, despite the air conditioning in here. Conditions reasonably humid.
Play.
A little wild from Tarun.
13-17. Service over. 18-13. Service over. 14-18. Service over. 19-14. Service over. 15-19.
Nice return of serve. There's still signs of life yet for the Brazilian, but Tarun seems to have control of the match and is able to turn it on when he wants to.
16-19.
Their fighting spirits of Rogerio Oliveira. That cross attack from the round the head position. Effective so far against Tarun. 2 points required and just 2 points behind.
Service over. 20 game point. 17. Game.
Well, the smash into the body from Tarun
First game won by
brings an end to the opening game.
21-17.
Tarun, you feel, still has another gear to go into.
Play smash. 21-17 the game score.
Second game. Level. Play. One love. Service over. 1-0.
Well, a shrug of the shoulders from Oliveira. Trying to compose himself, perhaps got a bit too relaxed,
Service
missing
over.
that serve.
2-1. Service over. 2-0. Three, two.
Well, Tarun, number 6 in the world rankings at the moment. It's been a tricky few years for him, having seen him at the top of the sport for so long, but those knee injuries
Service over.
between the 2019 World Championships in Basel through to the Canada International in June, I think it was, of 22. And he suffered a third knee problem.
Four, three.
Surgery on that knee in 22. And all of those breaks he must have had just halted his ranking progress, I suppose.
Service over. 6-0.
Really builds on that animated confidence, Oliveira. When he gets going and he's in full flow, it's not what opponents want to see.
Seven, 6. Eight, 6. Nine, 6.
Going wide, Tarun. A 3-point lead now for the Brazilian.
Service over. 7, 9.
Oh, nice looking shot, just can't keep it in court.
8, 9.
And Tarun behind on the scoreboard for the first time in the match. mistimed the shot.
9-0.
And again, Tarun wasting no time.
Service over. 13-12.
Yeah, very nice. Variation in attack as
14.
Oliveira expecting the big smash.
Service over. 13-14. Oh.
A touch sloppy, perhaps. Vieira back in to this second game.
15-14.
And he does look dangerous when he gets going. Drive serve, effective.
16-14.
And Tarun is going to have to watch himself here.
Service over. 15-16.
That is a tremendous block.
Service over. 17-15.
This is where we test the mental strength of Tarun. Certainly has the ability
Service over.
to take
16,
control.
17.
Guilty perhaps of getting a bit complacent.
Oh.
Well, latter stages of the second game, the fight really on now. Vieira soaking up this attack quite nicely. Surely it's over. Tarun finds a way through. Well,
18,
that was a big
17.
point.
No change. 18-17. Play.
Going on to be world champion back in 2013.
Service over. 18-0.
unfortunate.
Service over. 19-18.
Taran increasing the speed of movement. 2 points away.
Service over. 19-all.
It's a lovely shot.
Service over. 20, match point, 19.
Match point opportunity here for Taran. First time of asking. Holds off the fight back from Rogerio Oliveira and seals the deal in straight games. And at the moment, it's India's Taran.
White, I have. And white. Pink for you. White for you. White, you win the chop. Side, service or receiver? Receive, you serve.
Suro, 27 years of age. Got a silver at the European Championships. In fact, in the singles and the doubles last year, silver medals. For 5 years. Now she runs a salt farm. And her opponent, who is 22 years of age, so 5 years Suro's junior. Reza Roshan Omid from the Islamic Republic of Iran is the umpire. And he will be supported by
Ready to play.
Noguchi, the service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Palak Kohli, India. And my left, Milena Zoro, France. Milena Zoro would serve, love of play.
So here we go with Suro serving first.
Service over. One, love. Service over. 1-all. Service over.
Obviously, Kohli's the more mobile of the two, but Suro has great variety of shot. Interesting this. Yeah, nicely played. It's going to be a tactic clearly from the Indian. Try and isolate their opponent at the back of the court. Play the drop shot. Two or three she's missed wide on that side.
4-1.
Just overcooked it. Pity, because she set up the opportunity really well.
3. 3.
Just came
11-3
back on the wrong side of the net from the Frenchwoman's point of view. So 11-3 it is.
Milena. 11-3. Play.
It's about the first
Service
time
on.
she's missed that shot. Playing it
4,
beautifully up to now.
11.
Yeah, again, opened up the court wonderfully well.
Service over. 12, 4. Service over. Okay, 19.
It's good too.
11-19. Service
So
over.
9 game points
20.
for the world
Game
number
point.
5.
Service over. 12-20.
That's going to go long.
Game.
That's a disappointing way, really, for the
First
game
game
to
won
end
by
from
highlight goal.
Solo's point of view. 21-12.
Second game. Love on. Play.
Off we go with the second game.
Service over. 1. Love.
Could get a good start. This,
2.
second game.
Love.
Just be able to shake Coley out of the comfort zone. There we go.
Three. Love. Service
Must
over.
be getting absolutely
1,
pig sick of
3.
Drop shots. So many in the first game. This is an excellent start
Service over.
consider to game
4-1.
Start of this game is the first time that Ciro had won 3 successive points. It's on the line.
Service over. 2-4.
Reached
13-8. Hold on. Change it.
Oh, that's a delicate touch.
Service over. 9-13.
Very delicate, very impressive too.
Service over. 14-9.
Oh, an excellent angle again.
10-14.
It's long.
Service over. 15-10.
Good lead in the end.
16.
Too much in that, but it was just wide. Crowd is still right with Elena Serro. Every point she wins, cheered to the rafters. That hits the line and it produces a fist pump too from the Indian.
17-11.
Almost feels like a question now of how long Serro can delay the inevitable. That was a good shot.
Seventeen.
Missed it. That would have been a phenomenal point. She was stretching, quite control it.
18-13. Milena.
She has been unerringly accurate, Soli, for the most part in this match. Far shy of the half-hour point. She only needs 3 more points to secure the victory. And there's one of them.
19-13.
Entrée des officiels qui vont officier sur le prochain match sur le cours numéro 4.
a late decision, but it was out.
Service over.
And match points here
20. Match point.
for Kalak Kohli. That'll do it. 21-14 in the second game. Made a slightly better fist of that, Suro, but she...
Match number, Kalak Kohli, 21-12, 21-14.
Smiling thumbs up from the world number 5.
सर्विस पीछे करी थी ताकि मौका मिले डिफेंस क्रॉस करने
Kalak Kohli, you will choose white or pink? Pink. White for you. It's pink. This side. Newcomer will serve. Yatiraj will...
Itching to get going, I think.
Ladies and
Iris
gentlemen,
Metz-Palou.
on my right, Lucas Mazur and Faustine Noël, France. And on my left, Yatiraj, Suhas, Lalina Kere and Kalak Kohli, India. Lucas Mazur to serve to Yatiraj, Suhas, Lalina Kere. Lobo. Play. Service over. 1 love.
That's a wonderful return of serve.
Service over. 1 all. Service over. 2, 1.
Well, an aggressive approach to service return. It's the clear tactic for the French team so far. Not the place to put that shot. 6'4" in height, Lucas Mazur, and pretty powerful smash. That's a clever shot from Faustine. Doesn't quite have the same power. Suhas has to be careful, as his pace can be used against him.
Service over. 3, 5. Service over. 8, 11.
Lucas Mazur having to move a bit of furniture about. Let's get the shuttle back.
not sure what the call means from Suhas, but you can hear audibly.
12-8.
He's trying to take much of the pressure off his partner as possible. Well left in the end, no, Mazur.
19-13.
Oh, it might have been going wide.
Service over. 14-19.
Causing
Luca.
Noel to ask questions. Delicate shot from Palak Kohli.
Thank you. Question to receive. 14-19. Yes, 19 you were serving.
Too easy. Fast in Noel. And that's where the inexperience between these two Indians comes in. Haven't played an awful lot of badminton together despite qualifying here in the Paralympic Games. Through the singles rankings.
Service over. 15-20.
Thiraj finds a way to put the shuttle on the deck. Still game point. And there it is, Mazur with the straight smash winner.
First game point by Luka Mazur. And
Well, there were a few points there for the Indians
21-15.
that perhaps didn't come their way by anything more than good fortune. But 21-15, still pretty confident display. From the Paralympic silver medalist from Tokyo.
Level. Play. Service over. 1 love.
Well, first point of game 2 to the Indian pair. Plenty of space to hit into from Mazur.
Service over. 1-all.
Try and keep that shuttle away
2-1
from the Lucas Mazur forehand.
Service over. 2-all. Service over. 3.
Well, a confident-looking Noel. Sat up on a plate for her. And again, she's expecting the shot.
Service over. 10-4.
Yeah, straight through the defence of Coley. The flick serve didn't quite have the quality required against such a tall player.
Service over. 5-10.
Well, there was a clever cross block from Mazur.
11-5. Interval.
Take all the pressure off them. 6 points at the mid-game interval.
Play. Service over. 9-16.
Very nice return.
Service over. 17.
Difficult for Suhas serving
9.
to Lucas. Tried the flick earlier, didn't get much success from that.
Game.
What a shame. Well, the final shot from Suhas and the follow-through catches the net and takes us to the end of the match. So 21-15, 21-9, a straight games win for Mazur and Noel in the SL3 to SU5 mixed doubles Group A.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Hikmat Ramdhani and Leni Ratri Oktila, Indonesia. And on my left, Kumar Natesh and Thulasamasi Murakasan, India. Kumar Natesh to serve to Leni Ratri Oktila. Love all, play. Service over, 1 love. Service over, 1 all.
Well, Ramdhani
Service over.
pushing to net
2.
with confidence, and that confidence built largely by the fact that Liani Oktila, such a terrific doubles player, he can afford to take risks, take chances, knowing that his partner will cover him. There's Harry Susanto, former partner of Liani Oktila on the left. Very classy player. Can hold on to that Olympic title for a few more days, Susanto.
14-8.
Paralympic title, I should say.
Service over. 9-14. Service over. 20. Game point. 15. Game.
Well, the service
First game won by
return into the net.
and Leni Ratri-Tiller.
First time of asking at game point. The Indonesians convert in just 11 minutes. 21-15 the game score.
Second game. Love all. Play.
Oh, well, the surprise pickup from Muruga-san.
Love.
The result inevitable.
Two. 11-2. Play. Service over. 3-11. Service over. 12-3.
Well, it would be interesting to hear what the Indian coaching staff had much to say at the mid-game interval. Liani going over the top. Haven't seen much of that.
Service over. 4-13. Service over. 14-4. Fault. Fault. Over the net. Fault. Service over. 5-14.
Well, Liani Oktila, the grimace on the face tells the story. The racket was over the net as she played the shot, and a fault was called.
6-14.
Good shot from the Tesh, but he can't move sideways as well as some.
20. Match point. 8.
12 match points, 23 minutes played. And there it is. Backhand into the net from Muruga-san. Brings about the end of this match. And the world champions and world ranked #1 pair, Ramdani and Oktila,
Match won
in
by
fine form.
And Leni Ratri-Tiller. 21-15, 21-8.
And a straightforward affair. Hikmat Ramdani and Liani Ratri-Oktila through in straight games, 21-15, 21-8.
The women's doubles, WH1, WH2, Japanese pairs Tomi Serena and Yamazaki Yuma face Young Gaul and Kwon Hula from the Republic of Korea. The Japanese won gold at the last games in their own country and showed their experience here. This delightful lob from Satomi helped them take the first game 21-9.
34
While 6 consecutive points at the end of the second saw why the Japanese are favourites for gold once again. Elsewhere, there was a surprise in the men's doubles WH1, WH2 as the top seeds Choi Jungman, Kim Jung-yeon in blue lost to their Korean compatriots Young Jae-gun and Yu Soo-young 2-0. The gold medalists from Tokyo 2020, Mai Jianpeng and Xu Zimo from the People's Republic of China, made no such mistake though. They beat Rick Cornell-Hellman and Thomas Van Schneider of Germany 21-11, 21-17.
Game.
In the men's singles, SL3, Great Britain's Daniel Bethel took on Wojtek Šiš of New Zealand. Football manager Jurgen Klopp was on hand to support Šiš, who was close to becoming a professional footballer more than 20 years ago. But it was the world number 2 who was the dominant player, with 9 unanswered points, on the way to winning the first game 21-5.
Game.
Šiš only started playing badminton in 2021 after previously winning 7 Paralympic medals in athletics. But the silver medalist in Tokyo 2020 was in relentless form, racing into an 11-2 lead in the second game. And the British player didn't let up. After the mid-game break, he racked up 10 consecutive points for a 21-2 scoreline. A comfortable win in front of the watching clock. Silver last time out, Bethel will be looking for gold this time around.
We came here and he said, "Wow, look what happens when you show up here." So I feel a bit bad that I have to come. No, I have to come here to get the attention this event deserves. In Paralympics, in obviously movement, there are even more hurdles to overcome, and to show the young people and pretty much everybody what's possible, whatever life holds in their hands for you. It's about how you deal with it. It's super inspiring, and I'm fully inspired by everything I saw in the last few days.
Being in Paris for me is very special. I'm very close to the city in general because it's where I did many surgeries as a kid. Very heartwarming to be back for a different reason. I started Paris swimming around 2014. I started training with some athletes which at the time were preparing for the Rio Paralympics. What they were doing to me was mind-blowing, and now I'm sharing the team with so many of them. Swimming gave me that sense of freedom that felt also almost like flying as a kid. I felt agile, coordinated, like I was dancing. I've learned that you need to take yourself seriously, but not too much, and try to enjoy the process, enjoy what you're doing. Tokyo was very different. I felt almost sick at the thought of having to get in the water. I got to a point where I was focusing myself on swimming, trying to do everything at the best. By doing that, I was forgetting probably the most important thing, which was to have fun. Now I'm way different here. I'm super happy to be here. I want to enjoy every meter, every second. And I'm quite sure that one of the doctors that did my surgeries when I was a kid is going to be in the stands watching me, so it's quite special to be back in Paris. I love this place already, so I'm keen to see what I can do here and what I can perform.
The first day of heats in the para-swimming began at La Défense Arena with the men's 400-metre freestyle S9 reigning world champion Simone Barlam of Italy taking the blocks. But it was Hugo Didier of France who pulled away from the pack, qualifying for the final in first place. Barlam will also progress to the medal race after finishing third. The women's 100-metre backstroke S2 heat featured world record holder Yip Ping Shu of Singapore. Yip's signature fast strokes drove her into a comfortable first place under 2 minutes 20. She'll go through to the final alongside neutral Paralympic athlete Diana Koltsova and Spain's Teresa Perales. In the S14 men's 100-metre butterfly, an upset after Tokyo 2020 Paralympic champion Gabriel Bandera was chased down by Denmark's Alexander Hillhouse. They'll face off again for a medal in the final. Meanwhile, in the S13 men's 100-metre butterfly, heavy hitters matched up with neutral Paralympic athlete Ia Boki meeting France's Alex Portal. The French swimmer was just ahead at the 50-metre mark. But Boki surged on the second lap and took the race. He and Portal both moved through to the final. In the first heat of the women's event, the United States of America established their dominance. Team USA's Grace Nufer moved well ahead of the field. She finished 2 body lengths ahead and logged a quick 1 minute and 3 seconds, taking first place. She and her teammate Olivia Chambers will meet Italy's Carlotta Gilli for what's sure to be a fast-paced final after she won her heat comfortably. S9 swimmer Alexa Leary was one to watch in the S10 women's 50-metre freestyle. There was tough competition in her heat. Chen Yi of the People's Republic of China looked strong in the opening 25 metres, but Leary pushed back, clocking an impressive 27.69 second swim. The second heat featured another S9 athlete, the United States of America's Christy Raleigh Crossley. The Olympic debutante reached the wall in world record time, a blistering 27.28 seconds.
Oh, it's so special. My 3 kids are here in the stands. I was looking up for them before the race, and it's just awesome to be able to do that in front of them. I'm just super grateful for the Paralympic movement. There are definitely times during my journey where I just didn't see where the path was forward, and being able to see somebody who's similar to me and know that, oh, that's eligible, gave me a whole new world, gave me a whole new life.
Every finalist did under 4:55 in the heats.
Yeah, this was a very fast final. There were 2 heats.
What can she do in a race that features Patterson and Concoy as well? This is the women's 400-metre freestyle S9 final.
Take your marks. Thank you.
her head down and finishes just ahead of Lakeisha Patterson for the gold. Lakeisha was the overwhelming favorite, so this is a pretty big upset.
It's a massive result. Massive result for Hungary, massive result for Konkoy. She is the Paralympic Games champion of the 400-meter freestyle S9 for women. Konkoy ahead of Patterson.
Welcome the medalists.
Médaillé de bronze, représentant l'Italie.
Bronze medalist representing Italy, Vittoria Bianco.
The bronze medalist representing Italy is Vittoria Bianco, the 28-year-old who only took up Paris swimming in 2019. Somebody who claimed a relay gold in Tokyo. Bronze at the European Championships earlier this year and is now on the podium at the Paralympic Games in the individual event. Looked to hold pace with the leaders in the early stage of the race. Didn't ultimately hold pace in the closing stages. It's still a superb bronze medal ahead of the Rio champion.
Médaillé d'argent, représentant l'Australie.
Silver medalist representing Australia, Lakeisha Patterson.
Lakeisha Patterson, Lucky Patterson, finishes its silver in Paris. The defending champion, the world champion, and somebody who is expected to take the race out hard, did exactly that. She looked to go out quickly, broke up the field, and tried to give herself an unassailable lead. And ultimately, will be reeled in the closing meters of this race. She swam a 4:40.14 to touch second in the women's 400-meter freestyle S9.
Médaillé d'or et championne paralympique représentant l'Hongrie.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Hungary, Zsofia Konkoly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of Hungary.
Mesdames et messieurs, le médaillé paralympique.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Warmly received. This is joined by the bronze silver medalists. First time it's 400 meter freestyle S9, Sofia Kotkoi has gold. Keisha Patterson of Australia has bronze for Victoria Kiyoko. Defensor, Garrido, Hodge, Paul, Didier, Barlam and Ribeiro, the 8 competitors who go for the very first gold medal on offer in the para swimming at Paris 2024. This is the men's 400-meter freestyle S9 final. And so many French eyes focused. So a little delay to the start. The crowd eagerly and enthusiastically welcoming Didier. Silence for the start required.
is so incredibly happy. This is his last games.
Paris 2024, a man who is a renowned sprinter as well in the freestyle races, just couldn't match the closing speed of his competitor. And indeed, Roland, who won the last 2 World Championships, finishes with silver in Paris 2024. 4:14:16 for the Italian.
Médaille d'or et champion paralympique représentant la France.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing France.
Mesdames et messieurs, si vous le pouvez, veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne de la France.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you are able for the anthem of France.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
The opening session of the para-archery competition at Les Invalides featured the women's and men's W1 ranking rounds. The W1 athletes fired a total of 72 arrows from a seated position, using a compound bow with some mechanical aids and magnified sights. The scores from the ranking round are used to determine the order of the tournament seedings in the later knockout matches. With the 80cm wide target 50 metres away, only the central 8cm segment would be worth 10 points, making the maximum score 720. Chen Minyi of the People's Republic of China is the defending women's W1 Paralympic champion. She hit the 10-point segment 25 times, on her way to a personal best score of 650 points. Top of the leaderboard at the end of the session, though, was Sharka Pulta Musilova of Czechia. Her 27 tens helped her to score 659 points. A new world record. Chinese athlete Zheng Qianxin was also in a record-breaking mood. His score of 674 was a men's Paralympic record. Bahattin Hekimoğlu of Turkey was his closest challenger, 13 points behind. Czechia's defending champion David Drahoninski posted the third best score with 657 points. The scores of each country's best male and female athletes were added together to create the seeding for the W1 mixed team event. The People's Republic of China led the way with the best mixed team combined score, ahead of Czechia and Italy. But it was Sharka Pulta-Musilova's individual world record that was the standout moment of session 1.
Goalball is exclusive to the Paralympic Games and exclusive to athletes with vision impairment. Matches are fast and tense. Players must score goals quickly and defend shots with their bodies. Each team has 6 players, with 3 members playing at any one time. Athletes have a varying degree of vision impairment. In this sport, competitors all wear blackout eye masks to equalise the level of vision between all players. Each match has 2 12-minute halves. The 9-metre goal spans the width of the court, and the court lines are slightly raised so players can feel their positions. The ball has bells inside, and the crowd must be silent so players can hear where the ball is. In an attacking position, players can bounce or spin the ball past their opponents to score. For a throw to count, the ball must touch the floor on the team area first and then on the neutral area. A bad throw or fault is punished by a penalty. This player must defend the goal alone. Goalball requires toughness because the only way for players to defend the goal is by blocking the ball with their bodies. If a block is successful, players have 10 seconds to return the attack. The team that scores the most points or leads by 10 goals wins.
At the South Paris Arena, the goalball competition got underway with a meeting of 2 Asian nations. Tokyo silver medalist, the People's Republic of China, came up against Japan, ranked 6th in the world. The opening stages were close, both defences on top, until China finally made the breakthrough. Yang Min Yuan with the penalty. And that sparked the match into life. Japan soon tied the scores and then went in front. Miyashiki Koji with a great goal. Not though for long, back came China, back came Yang. 4 more goals for him, as China led 5-3 after a topsy-turvy first half. And if that half was entertaining, well, the second was just as good. Japan struck early, but Hu Mingyao's goal restored China's 2-goal lead. Their opposition, though, wouldn't be denied. Kaneko Kazuya made it 6-5, and then drew Japan level moments later. Too fast, too powerful, too good. 6 goals all. Now, who would come out on top? With just over a minute remaining, the decisive moment. Yang with his 6th and China's 7th goal. That secured victory by the narrowest of margins. 7-6 the final score. And in the pool phase, China will play Egypt next, whilst Japan face Ukraine.
Ukraine versus Egypt in men's goalball. The Egyptians in black making a welcome return to this Paralympic event after a 32-year absence. They made a nervous start. Ukraine had scored with their first throw. Vasil Alinik giving Ukraine an early boost. Egypt went close to equalising. Saeed Awad was unlucky with this effort. The officials decided the whole of the ball had not crossed the line. Ukraine held a comfortable lead, but they had a surprise just before half-time. Omar Mohamed scoring Egypt's first goal. A moment to remember for him and his country. He could have made it 3-2. Egypt were awarded a penalty after Ukraine delayed the start of the second half. Mohamed was denied though by a fine stop by Alinik. Alinik was Ukraine's most dangerous player. He was always a threat. That bouncing ball deceived the Egyptian defence. Alinik's fourth goal of the game capped a superb individual performance. Egypt fought hard. A throw which spun viciously earned Omar Mohamed his second goal. Ukraine held on though and ran out deserved winners over Egypt by 6 goals to 3 in this Pool B game.
The opening match in the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games wheelchair rugby competition saw defending champions Great Britain take on current world champions Australia in Group B. Consisting of 4 8-minute periods, tries are scored by carrying the ball over the goal line. It's both physical and fast, and contact between the wheelchairs forms a significant part of the action. Great Britain opened the scoring through Aaron Phipps, and we're in the ascendancy for the first quarter. But both teams were playing with plenty of discipline, and Australia were never more than a single try behind. Riley Batt spearheaded their attack, this score taking the game to 12-all. The first turnovers of the game came in the second period. Batt intercepted a pass from Stuart Robinson, and the following penalty try put Australia ahead for the first time in the game. But Robinson made amends moments later. He outpaced the Australian defence for an interception of his own. Jonathan Coggan, in his 6th Paralympics, duly scored a simple try to restore the Great Britain lead. An error from Ella Sabblejack late in the third period gifted Team GB another turnover. Phipps went on to score for a 37-35 lead, the first time there was more than a single try in it. Chris Bond exploited some sloppy play midway through the 4th period to pull Australia to within a try once more. But when Great Britain forced another late turnover and Phipps scored his 24th try of the game, the defending champions were 3 points ahead and virtually out of sight. With the clock ticking down, they duly held on. Final score, Great Britain 58, Australia 55.
It's a massive game. Australia are a class act, and the way the pools worked last time, we didn't actually play them out in Tokyo. So to come here and that was just a really important game. Yeah. In Denmark, very similar to Australia in that they've got some really, really strong high pointers. It's a cliche, we're just taking every day as it comes at the moment. So we're going to go back, get as much recovery as we can. After that, I'll be in the ice bath later this afternoon, ready to go again tomorrow.
Yeah, we weren't really on that game, so a bit frustrating, but the difference was the last goals. Out of the 4 quarters, you score last goals. Great Britain got 3 of them. We got 1, and Great Britain won by 3 points. So there you go. Last goals really cost us.
We take a lot of pride in wheelchair rugby in Canada because the sport originated on home soil in Winnipeg in the 70s. Every time we play it, we kind of keep that in the back of our mind. We've got a legacy that we're trying to create for Canada. I've been playing for 13 years now, and I think we have 40 plus countries around the world playing. But I think we need to continue to grow the sport, get some exposure. I've never met a fan who's watched the game or spectators watch the game and not immediately fallen in love with it. I knew when I started playing that there was a chance that I might get to go to the London Paralympics, but when the time hit, it all happened so quickly. I was just super grateful to be there and trying to take it all in as much as possible. And I had a great group of guys to thank for that. Rio was definitely a tough pill to swallow. We came in ranked #1 in the world, had the weight of the world on our shoulders, all kinds of pressure and expectations. And so falling just shy of a medal was definitely a tough one. Tokyo, we were just happy the games were even happening. There was so much uncertainty around that. This time around, I'm just trying to stop and smell the roses, make the most out of the whole Paralympic experience, enjoy Paris, and hopefully put on a good show for some rugby fans while we're at it. It used to be 3 or 4 teams could podium at each major event, and now any of the top 6, 7, maybe even 8 teams could end up winning the medal at these games. So I think that speaks more to the growth of the sport internationally. We're going to do everything we can, though, to get back on top this time around. It's been a little while since we've faced that in Canada. I think the boys are hungry to get back on top, and we know it's not going to be easy. We have USA straight out of the gates, longtime rival. Both them and Japan are ranked ahead of us in our pool. But we're not going to let anybody have an easy game, so hopefully we can make it to that semi-final and bring home something shiny for Canada.
The United States of America faced Canada in their opening Group A wheelchair rugby match of the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games at the Champ de Mars Arena. The game consists of 4 8-minute periods, and players score by carrying the ball over the try line. Contact between the wheelchairs is permitted and is often a crucial part of the action. The USA have claimed a medal at every Paralympic Games since the sport's inclusion, but they haven't won gold since Beijing 2008. It was Canada who opened the scoring, and they were in the ascendancy early on. Mike Whitehead, in his 6th Paralympics, scored a try to put them 3-2 ahead. But the USA rallied, and a crucial score from Chuck Aoki gave them the lead for the first time. They pushed on from there, controlling possession and moving further ahead. But Zachary Medell pulled Canada level late in the second period at 23-all. The Canadian team contained their opponents well for much of the third period, keeping the game tight, with Cody Caldwell and Medell among the scorers. But again, Aoki was the talisman for Team USA, with a couple of critical tries for them to move into a more decisive lead. He also provided the assist for debutante Sarah Adam midway through the fourth period, as she scored her 5th try for a 42-38 scoreline. Canada kept in touch, but were unable to pull any closer. Medell barrelled through for his 31st try of the game late on. Before Mason Simons eased away to score the last try for Team USA. Final score, United States of America 51, Canada 48.
Feels great, you know. Canada's a really strong side, and we knew they were going to bring everything today, and they certainly did. But we knew we really wanted to pull out on top of this one, so I feel great about it. I feel really good about the way the team played. You know, I got to say, this crowd matches the crowds we had in London. This was really spectacular today, so massive credit to all the fans who came out today in Paris.
When it comes to women's goalball, Turkey are the team to beat. They won successive Paralympic titles at Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020, as well as being the current world and European champions. They've dominated the sport for almost a decade. But Brazil are in Paris to make history themselves, aiming to win a medal for the very first time. And they got off to the perfect start, a penalty on their first throw, scored by Manita Lima. That penalty came from Sevda Altunaluk's error, and she was out to make amends quickly. Her effort, bobbling, bouncing, brilliant, to make it 1-1. And if the technique works, then why change it? Same throw, same result. Turkey now in front. Delight, though, quickly turned to disappointment. 2 more penalties conceded, both scored by Brazil. And now the defending champions were suddenly heading for an opening day defeat. And it could have got worse. Moments later, another penalty. This time Lima's effort stayed out, much to the relief of the defending side. Turkey needed to find a breakthrough and time was running out. So with less than 2 minutes remaining though, they got it. Altunaluk found the smallest of gaps as Turkey grabbed a draw. The final score, Turkey 3, Brazil 3.
We came here to get the medal we got in Tokyo 2020 and Rio 2016. Of course it gave us that confidence. The goal is to win the championship again. Yes, Brazil could not score a goal except for a penalty, so it gave us even more confidence. If we face each other again, we can do better and beat them.
Taekwondo is a contact sport featuring rapid and powerful kicks to the body. Matches are held in a 1-round contest lasting up to 5 minutes. Athletes wear protective equipment and sensor socks, which determine if a point is scored when hitting an opponent's torso. Competitors get 2 points for a regular kick, 3 points for a turning kick, and 4 points for a spinning kick. Head kicks are not allowed and result in a gamgyeol, a penalty that gives a point to the opponent. Other fouls include grabbing, pushing, kicks below the belt, and stepping out of bounds. Athletes can win a fight in several ways, having a 30-point lead, an opponent getting 10 gamgyeos, or having the most points at the end of time. If there is a tie, athletes enter the golden round, with the first fighter to score 2 points winning. If there is still a tie, then judges will decide the winner. At Paris 2024, Para-Taekwondo will feature the K44 sport class with athletes with impairments in one or both upper limbs. They'll compete against other fighters in the same sport class and weight category. There are 5 weight categories for men and 5 for women. Confidence, accuracy and respect are needed to reach the top of the podium.
Day 1 of the Para-Taekwondo competition at the majestic setting of the Grand Palais. All athletes competing here in Paris are in the K44 category, and there were semi-final places available in the afternoon session. In the women's under 47 kilo competition, the top seed, Claudia Romero from Mexico, was disqualified for unsportsmanlike behaviour. She was just 31 seconds into her quarter-final with Morocco's Nawal Larif when this kick to the head saw the contest brought to a premature end. Peru's Angelica Espinosa won the gold medal in the under 49 kilo category in Tokyo 3 years ago. She's backed that up by reaching the last 4 in the under 47 kilo competition here in Paris, winning by 19 points to 9 in her quarter-final against Mariam Deroy of the Islamic Republic of Iran. In the men's under 58 kilo category, Asaf Yashur of Israel came into the competition as the top seed. He was too good for Thailand's Panwar Kankan, reaching the semi-finals with a 23-6 victory. Kankan, along with all the beaten quarter-finalists, still have opportunities to reach the medal matches as they move through to the repechage. That won't be necessary for the reigning world champion in the women's under 52 kilo category though. Mexico's Jessica Kiano booked her place in the semi-finals with a narrow 10-8 win over Kazakhstan's Milana Krasavtseva.
La numéro 1 mondiale sera au rendez-vous des demi-finales. Going through to the semi-final, the score of 10.
My name is Georgina Grenon. I am the Director of Environmental Excellence for Paris 2024. This village is an eco-district that has been built, and Paris 2024 is the tenant for a few months. We want to make these games an innovation laboratory. This was an opportunity to show what France is capable of, what French companies are capable of producing. And that's why we wanted to test a number of things. These purifiers are an example. This is a new technology to filter the air, clean the fine particles, and emit air. Very, very pure air that you can breathe. Then there's a floating solar power plant. This is the first time that such a plant has been installed. It's temporary. It can divert from its primary function and go and serve other needs. For example, in the event of a power failure elsewhere in France.
We also tested
a system made from seashells. They are joined together, and this allows rainwater to store inside. When it's hot, the water circulates and evaporates, generating a cool sensation. This helps combat the heat islands that can be found in cities. We thought about the needs of a normal person in 2050, where you will have to adapt. We will have to change the construction of buildings to the comfort level required with climates that are perhaps warmer than we are used to here in France. That's why the buildings were built in a certain way. It allows you to recuperate fresh air from the Seine. There are shutters and the glass in the windows which have been treated differently, and water systems that circulate through the floors, which cool the flats. So for normal people like you and me, who are going to live in these flats, we will have a lot of comfort, much better than you would find in any flat in Paris today.
The first match of the sitting volleyball competition saw Brazil take on Rwanda in Pool B of the women's competition at the North Paris Arena. Teams need to score 25 points to win a set, with the first team to reach 3 sets winning the match. Bronze medalists in Tokyo, Brazil want to go at least one better in Paris, and after wasting 3 set points, the reigning world champions in yellow finally clinched the first set by 25 points to 13. Rwanda needed a strong start in the second set, but instead the African champions trailed 9-0 early on. And although they rallied, the South Americans cruised to a 25-10 win in the second set. Trying to reach the gold medal match for the first time after taking bronze in both of the last 2 Paralympics, Brazil wrapped up a fine start to their Paris campaign and taking the third set 25-7 to secure a comprehensive win by 3 sets to nothing. Rwanda, meanwhile, still seeking a first victory in the group stages of a Paralympics. The second game of the day saw the first match in the men's tournament and the entry of Bosnia and Herzegovina, who have been on the sitting volleyball podium at the last 6 Paralympics. The European champions were facing their African counterparts, Egypt, who saved 3 set points before winning their first to take a dramatic opening set. The second set was equally hard-fought, with the Bosnians, who had once trailed by 9 points, coming back to level it up at 1 set all. And the 2-time gold medalists continued to show their grit when edging the third set by 25 points to 23 to move a set ahead. Egypt led early in the fourth, but Bosnia kept them close before moving ahead and ultimately closing out a thrilling start to the men's competition with a 3-1 victory.
मुझे खुशी है कि मैं ओपनिंग शिरोमणि में पैरालंपिक की 3 बार गया हूँ और 2 बार मैं फ्लैग बेरर बना हूँ। तो अनुभव है, एक खिलाड़ी के लाइफ में बहुत बड़ा पल है वो। पूरी दुनिया एक छत के नीचे इकट्ठी होगी, वहाँ पे अपने देश का झंडा लेके चलना, अपने देश के किट पहन के चलना एक बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट होता है। पूरा देश की निगाहें आपकी तरफ होती हैं। मैं जब फ्लैग बेरर लेके चल रहा था, फ्लैग बेरर था मैं और झंडे को लेके चल रहा था, तो मेरे दिमाग में उस दिन एक क्वेश्चन आया था कि इस झंडे को यहाँ गोल्ड मेडल जीत करके राष्ट्रीय गान होना चाहिए। हर खिलाड़ी का ये सपना होता है। कहीं न कहीं देश की बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेवारी भी होती है खिलाड़ियों पे कि उन्हें पूरा देश देख रहा है। टोक्यो में 19 मेडल जीते। मैं एज ए 20 साल के मेरे एक्सपीरियंस खिलाड़ी के तौर पे बिहाफ ऑफ पीछे प्रेसिडेंट मैं बिल्कुल कह सकता हूँ हम 25 से ज़्यादा मेडल जीतेंगे। और जो मेडल टैली है 20 देशों की मेडल टैली में हिंदुस्तान का नाम आपको नज़र आएगा। आइए हम सब मिल कर के यहाँ पे जो हिंदुस्तान के जितने भी खिलाड़ी आए हुए हैं, 84 खिलाड़ी आए हुए हैं, सभी का हम हौसला बजाएं और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस इवेंट को आप सेलिब्रेट करें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा देखें, अपने दोस्तों को बताएं और हम हिंदुस्तान को चैम्पियन बनाएं।
मेरा नाम शीतल है, मैं जम्मू कश्मीर की रहने वाली हूँ। 3 साल हुए मुझे आर्चरी करते हुए और मुझे भी बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि एक्साइटेड हूँ मैं यहाँ पे खेलने के लिए। मेरी अच्छी तैयारी भी चल रही है, अच्छी प्रैक्टिस हो रही है। जब मैं अपने गांव से आ रही थी यहाँ पे तो किसी को ऐसा लग रहा था कि शीतल क्या करने जाएगी, इसको तो कुछ आएगा ही नहीं क्योंकि इसके दोनों हाथ नहीं हैं। और ये भी मुझे भी नहीं लग रहा था कि मैं भी कुछ कर पाऊँगी क्योंकि मुझे भी अपने जैसे लोग नहीं देखे थे मैंने। जब मैंने अपने जैसे लोग देखे और मुझे भी विश्वास हुआ कि मैं भी कुछ कर पाऊँगी और कुलदीप सर ने भी मुझे विश्वास दिलाया कि तुम कुछ कर पाओगी, तो तब जाके मुझे भरोसा हुआ कि मैं कुछ कर पाऊँगी। अभी सर ने मुझे बताया है कि अपना अच्छा करना है, यहाँ पे ज़्यादा सोचना नहीं है, अपना जब बेस्ट करेंगे हम तो तब भी हम मेडल जीत पाएंगे। तो मेरे दिमाग में वही चलता है कि अपना बेस्ट करना है, अच्छा करना है, जो कि हमें सर ने बताया वही करना है।
मैं 4 साल में देखूं तो एक तो प्लेयर बहुत ज़्यादा बड़े हैं पैरालंपिक्स में, हम देखिए सबसे बड़ा कंटिजेंट है और ये सिर्फ पैरालंपिक्स नहीं हर गेम में बड़े हैं। जैसे पैरालंपिक्स में मेरा मेडल आया 2020 में जो 2021 में हुए थे, तो उसके बाद मुझे भी फ़ोन कॉल्स मैसेजेस कि हम भी पैरा आर्चरी शुरू करना चाहते हैं। तो वो देश में बहुत बड़ा बदलाव है, जो दिव्यांगजन है वो पैरा स्पोर्ट्स की तरफ एक्टिव हुए हैं। और दूसरा रिकॉग्नाइजेशन मिलना शुरू हुआ पैरा आर्चरी का। पहले पैरा एशियन गेम्स में मेडल तो था, लेकिन 2021 के बाद पैरालंपिक फिर और भी कॉम्पिटिशन्स में इंडिया के मेडल आने हुए, तो डेवलपमेंट हुआ है काफ़ी पैरा आर्चरी का। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आने वाले समय में हमें और भी ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट देखने को मिलेगा। ये पिछली बार वो समय काफ़ी मुश्किल था कि बिल्कुल बंद रहना सेंटर में, साई सेंटर में, और कोविड के कारण बाहर नहीं जा सकते थे। तो वो चीज़ें कहीं ना कहीं पॉजिटिव इस तरीके से थी कि सिर्फ हम गेम पे ही फोकस कर रहे थे, लेकिन ज़्यादा लंबे समय तक ये चीज़ें नहीं रह सकती। लेकिन इस बार चलो सारा कुछ सही था, तो हमें अलग अलग कॉम्पिटिशन्स अलग अलग देशों में खेलने को मिले जो पिछले पैरालंपिक के मुकाबले ज़्यादा हैं, उस साल कंपटीशन नहीं हो पाए थे ज़्यादा कोविड के कारण। तो दूसरा मतलब हमारे अच्छे से ट्रायल हुए हैं इस बार। टोटल 5 लेवल थे, 3 इंडिया में ट्रायल थे, 2 इंटरनेशनल कंपटीशंस थे और इन सारी चीज़ों से बिल्कुल परफॉर्मेंस अप आएगी, मुझे उम्मीद है।
मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था, ये किसी भी प्लेयर के लिए ये बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट होती है। पेरिस में मेरा नाम आया है तो मेरे लिए ये बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है और गर्व की बात है। ये बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है जो मेरे कंधे पे पीसीआई फेडरेशन ने दी है, तो इसको संभालना मेरी जिम्मेदारी भी है और मेरे लिए सौभाग्य की बात भी है। मैं एक छोटे से गांव की लड़की हूँ, 4000 लोक संख्या के गांव से स्टेट से नेशनल खेली, नेशनल से इंटरनेशनल खेली, ओलंपिक में आई हूँ। ये मेरी दूसरी ओलंपिक है और दूसरी ओलंपिक में मैं सीधा फ्लैग बेरर बनी हूँ। ये एक सबसे बड़ा समाज को संदेश जाएगा कि एक पैरा एथलीट स्ट्रगल करके एक छोटे से गांव से इतने बड़े अचीवमेंट तक पहुंचा है। ये मेरे लिए, मेरे गांव के लिए, मेरे स्टेट के लिए, सबके लिए गर्व की बात है।
मैं पैरालंपिक चैंपियन बना, 2 बार वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बना, एशियन गेम्स चैंपियन बना और तकरीबन 7 बार वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक किया। तो काफ़ी अच्छा रहा अब तक का सफ़र और कोशिश करेंगे कि यहाँ पे पेरिस में भी गोल्ड मेडल के साथ ही वापस लौटें। सबसे पहले तो इतने अच्छे कॉन्टिजेंट 84 पैरा एथलीट्स कंट्री को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, इतने स्ट्रॉन्ग कॉन्टिजेंट का फ्लैग बीरर कैप्टन बन के काफ़ी खुशी है। और कंपटीशन अपनी जगह है बट फ्लैग बीरर आई थिंक एक ही बार बनता है कोई भी एथलीट, तो वो एक अलग से मेरे को मोटिवेट कर रही है वो चीज़ें। और कोशिश करेंगे कि वो मोटिवेशन हम अपने कंपटीशन में भी दर्शाएं। फॉर मी एज ए एथलीट मैं चाहूँगा कभी ना कभी 80 मीटर का मार्क लाइफ में कभी ना कभी टच करूँगा, वेदर वो LA में हो या कभी भी हो लाइफ में। बट इस पैरालंपिक्स के लिए मैं कोशिश करूँगा कि अपना पर्सनल बेस्ट करके जाऊँ और बहुत ही अच्छा दिन हुआ तो 75+ के कोशिश करेंगे हम। सभी लोगों से एक ही अपील करना चाहूँगा कि जैसे आपने ओलंपियंस का साथ दिया ऐसे ही हमें भी सपोर्ट करें और हम कोशिश करेंगे कि यहाँ पे पेरिस में अपने देश का झंडा ऊपर रखेंगे।